So, my name is Micah. If you actually haven't seen our videos before, and I I am actually engaged to my beautiful queen Sean, and you guys could actually check her videos and stuff like that. But this one today is gonna be based on for do and don't ask uh, anyone in the LGBT, especially transgenders, because we feel that it's not right what people tell us and stuff like that. Because respect, we all deserve respect. And it's not hurting anyone, because if you're not actually bothering anyone and living your life, um how you feel happy and stuff like that, if you feel this is who you're meant to be, go for it. But for those haters, let things be. We're not hurting you, we're not hurting anyone. Um, but that's not what the video is about. And before I get into the video, I actually want to apologize for I haven't been on social media a lot. I will be actually starting to actually be more active, I promise, and stuff like that. But it's just hard not to come up with videos, and that's why I've been slacking and stuff like that. So please, if you guys support us, please let us know what would you like to see. If you're a transgender or a pre-T, you could actually look at my videos, ask questions in the comments below, or if you have, but they have to be respectful. Um, that's one thing I have to say. Or if you guys have something you guys have to talk to me and Sean about, like a video idea, you guys can leave that as well. But yeah. Anyways, question number one: what is in your pants? What were you born as? Okay, I don't be sound really rude about this question, because I did find it in a website called Korea.com. Sorry if I said it wrong. It's no one's concern, but I was born as a female. Number two, what was your old name, but what's your real name? My old name was Lupe, and my real name is Mika, and I like to like that. Um, that was an old person that wasn't really happy, and I want to leave all the negative things in the past. Number three, how do you have sex? Like a man and guy. We're almost like guys, It doesn't make any difference. We're just actually changing ourselves, and we are actually. They tell us we're it's a working process. It's like starting as a baby and stuff like that, and then you get to see yourself grow, and people that love you around you actually get to see the beautiful thing. It's you share your experience with them. When did you become trans? I was later on, I knew I was different, and I would like toys, like boy toys. I would actually want boy clothes. I never cared for the girl things. It wasn't in my likings, because I would actually get makeup for Christmas, and I wasn't happy. I knew it was just not what I wanted to play with. But I did play with it and actually looked like a clown. LOL. Um, but then I gave it to my sister that did love makeup. And then I came out to Shawna about 10 years ago. Number 5. Do transgender people ever get periods? That one, yes and no. Um, yes, because when you have a lower dosage, I started noticing that um, with the lower dosage, it was making me spot, like, and it was making me feel uncomfortable. I would actually get cramps and stuff like that. Um, I would have to drink like, uh, sorry guys, it's just I need to dismiss something on the phone. I was getting like cramps and I had to drink like ibuprofen to take the pain away. I hated it. To be honest, in my teenage years, I knew I had to get it removed, one way or another, because I wasn't happy. I would get moody. I didn't care for it. Number 6. I don't like it when people call me transgender as though I'm something other than human. And by the way, I'm actually writing notes that I wrote and stuff like that to add to the questions. It's extremely rude and sexually violating to ask someone about their genitals, whatever. Um, I mean, that's between me. I mean, like, I don't like to talk about that. Like, who would actually want to talk about their personal life, you know? I hate it when people say I will never be a real man. Okay, you guys say like that, but I mean, this shows you guys differently. Yeah, I might have to take hormones like testosterone for it, but only God knows and I know that I'm a real guy. Because I might not have shown myself as a boy when I was little, but who's gonna actually respect something when you're actually like always told you're something else? And then you try to hide it so long just to fit in. So that was me. I hated it. I just dealt with it and stuff like that. But I feel more happier and stuff like that. And yeah. Number 8. When people ask intimate question about sexuality or my downstairs. Um, you know, that's up to the person if they want to talk about it, but I'm not that kind of person and stuff like that, and I don't think I'll make a video like because I know there's trans guys that like to talk about it a lot, uh, about their penis and stuff like that. I actually more like to myself. I keep that off social media. It's my body and stuff like that. So I share it. I will actually like share when I have to do a hysterectomy or when I get bottom surgery, and I'll show my arm, but I will never actually show downstairs. Because that's mine. That's my body, and that's my significant other, and yeah. I love her so much. Number 9. When you tell people to tell you the right pronouns and they don't respect your feelings. I get that a lot. And to be honest, it's heartbreaking because I sometimes wish they could actually accept the idea and be more open minded and try to understand where I come from. There's a lot of people that are around me that they just call me she and her girl pronouns, and I hate it. It's just disgusting because I have to, in front of my family, I have to say her and she because then it's a argument, you know? It's a daily battle, struggle. Number 10. When they tell you you won't be able to have biological kids. How do you guys know? Like I said about before, about like not me being a real man. How do you guys know that I'm not? I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of men that actually like have real, not real because we're real. They already have testosterone in them because they're born as a male at birth. But when we all die, we're just one person. We all die the same and all that, and only God knows, you know? And in my heart, I know that He accepts. And He will give me beautiful kids with Shaw. Number 11. When us transgender feel fear about being honest to people and being judged of who we are, have rude opinions, and we feel insecurity. Those are all negativity. Like, we all deserve to like feel free about who we are. Like, we shouldn't hide who we are. We shouldn't actually be scared to talk to someone of our feelings, but we do. It's actually something that society needs to work on because we're all human. We all deserve equality. We all deserve to be treated as a human being, you know? Number 12. I hate that we have to fear. Oh, I didn't finish that one. So that's part of the questions from the book. I do have some on the picture because I was actually trying to research before I these are problems. Okay, trans problems not talked about often. Number 1 is not being able to talk because of your voice dysphoria. I get that a lot because sometimes my voice sounds low and I get the little like girl voice and I hate it. Getting dressed with your eyes closed so you can't see yourself. That's me. Like, I hated to see myself when like I first came out to Shawna. Like, I just couldn't. And I still get it. Like, I hate that I don't have my bottom surgery because I know there's something missing and I hate it. I can't wait until I get bottom surgery and I feel more of a guy. I know it's, where people are gonna say, oh, see, you're not a real guy. I don't care. That's your opinion, not mine. Not trying to be rude to people. I mean, I know there's transgender or pre-Ts that want to be educated, but don't let no one actually put you down for who you are, because you're meant to be transgender and you're worth it. Never let someone tell you what you're not. Like, because God made you and you're not a mistake. But I'm just saying it to haters. Not showering for weeks because you can't face the idea of having to face your body. Yep. I think it's almost the same question. Almost alike. Being over paranoid about never passing and having to get dressed 7 times in order to feel comfortable. You know, I don't feel I'm that picky, but I understand this question because there's times where I'm always like thinking, am I gonna pass? Am I gonna pass the guy? Or am I gonna be where I'm having people think, oh, what is this person, you know? Always using the gender neutral wheelchair bathroom and worrying someone will yell at you anyway. You know, I have this in the past. Before coronavirus started, I would actually tell Shawna that I was so scared, and I'm still scared. It's something that I always fear because the first day that we went to the grocery store and I went to the male's bathroom, I was always thinking, like someone was gonna go in there beat the crap out of me because obviously I can't stand still. I am like meaning to pee, and I still have to pee to go and I hate it. It's really, I don't know, I can't really explain it, but I really wish it was a lot easier for trans guys to actually like get their surgery. Um, and then I could actually go to the bathroom and, you know, not having to fear. Because there's a couple times I would tell Shauna, like I feel they're gonna kill me. Um, we're getting pushed out the bathroom, or like I said, with the crowd out of me. But then almost always like I'm starting to look like a guy, so obviously I can't go to a woman's bathroom because obviously I would get kicked out of that one because they would think I'm a guy. This one with the males, it's either getting yelled at, beat the shit out of me, or you get killed. So it's fearful. Having to get undressed to go to bed and hating it. Yes, I agree a lot. Avoiding mirrors. I try not to look at mirrors. I only look at mirrors when I'm just trying to see changes on my chest or actually on my stomach or on my face. But downstairs, I try not to look because that really gives me big dysphoria and I hate it. Um, and I try not to get myself to that point. Just dysphoria about everything on your body. I used to. Um, I used to not even want to actually look at my body. Before top surgery, I would not even want to look at myself. Um, it was disgusting. I would actually want to tear up. Oh, and if you guys hear the wind, I apologize. Okay, this one is from loftgaycenter.org, and This is do's and don'ts of being an ally to the trans and gender non-conforming communities. Okay. Number one is don't assume someone's gender identity. We are not transgenders. Try saying transgender people, the trans community. Don't ask, are you a he or a she, or are you a man or a woman? This is not a respectful way to ask someone's pronoun. It is a dehumanizing way of asking how someone identifies. Asking someone you are not familiar with the respectful way to refer to them is okay. Asking for your own personal purposes because you are curious or confused may be selfish reason and makes someone define their identity for you without having a real reason as to why. If you're confused about what pronouns to use, either use the person's name as a pronoun or ask someone close to them if they know what pronouns this person may prefer. If that's not possible, you should ask what pronouns do you prefer to use. Don't trip up on pronouns if you mess up. Simply correct yourself and go on. My king, a big deal each time could put us on the spot to be embarrassing. Another one is for group leaders start doing preferred it says starting doing PS preferred gender pronouns in your go around or as part of your check-ins. Preferred gender pronouns, check in example name, preferred gender pronoun, and how you're doing accept is becoming more and more common these days, and it helps people feel the more comfortable. Okay. Do use appropriate pronouns before someone else potentially messes up, especially if there was not an opportunity for a trans person you are with who you know wants to use a certain pronoun in the particular space. This may not always be necessary. So I'm just trying to make this video for like do's and don'ts for all those people that are not familiar or just curious, Don't glamorize someone's gender identity or think it's cool or say that you're into it. Do read, this is another one. Do read, learn the differences between transgender, transsexual, gender versus sex, binary gender, passing, transitioning, binding, tucking, packing, stuffing, third genders, drag queens, kings, androgyny, sorry about that, butch, feminine, cross-dressing, boy, MTF, FTM, tranny boys, boy dykes, trans fags, etc. And I'm not being racist or anything, it's just repeating here. To learn about transitioning surgeries and hormones, self-educate as much as you can. Now I'm going to the next question. Don't just name yourself a trans ally one day. It takes work to be an ally and is a continuing process which includes being challenged and a commitment to growth that is for the purposes of helping a community and or people in your lives. Another question. Realize that some of us have struggled with our gender identity for a long time. Don't think that we just woke up one day and decided that we would identify as transgender. So when we finally find a space that we're comfortable in, even if temporarily, don't co-opt the space or try to make it yours too. Confidentially disclosure and outing. Some trans people pass and some do not. Knowing a trans person's status is personal information and up to them to share with others. Oh yeah, and this is transgender that is really popular. I made a video of her. I don't know if it's up in this YouTube, but if not, I'll actually make a video of her. She was a transgender, and it was a video, and her name is Gwen Arujo. And then there's another one, and Brandon Tino were both murdered when other people revealed their trans status, and that's really messed up. They shouldn't have been killed, and we shouldn't be fearing of our lives for being ourselves. It's just messed up. Other currently lose houses, jobs, and friends. Do not casually share this information or gossip about a person you know or think is trans. Okay, here's a don't. Don't assume that trans people are playing into gender stereotypes. Not all trans people trying to break gender norms and stereotypes. For many of us, this is our identity. For some of us, we may want to pass for reasons that often include safety or being able to walk down the street without getting made fun of, or buy bread without having cashiers stare at our bodies trying to figure out what we are. At first, I got that. It was so uncomfortable. Do not judge us for the ways in which we may attempt to pass. Queer theory often does not take into account daily life or low income trans people of color, and those same judgments are not usually put on non trans people, which in itself makes it a form of transphobia. So ridiculous. Knowing the fear of not being able to determine when you pass, the fear of being arrested, stripped, searched, thrown in the wrong holding cell, the threat of violence, and the annoyances of having to come out about your gender identity constantly, etc. Understand the privilege of feeling at home in your body, using a public bathroom, knowing which MF box to check, having people assume your gender identity and them being right, etc. Recognize how class and race fit into this equations. Here's another one. By the way, I'm actually reading the questions. Recognize and respect someone's gender identity, regardless of whether or not they choose to have surgery or take hormones. Don't ask us how we have sex. That's really uncalled for, and it's none of one's business. Don't think that FTM are dealing with same kind of internalized sexism. Here's another one. Learn the difference between gender and sexual identity. Don't think all trans people have the same experiences. Don't think that was Sean. It's okay, boo. Don't think we are a recent emergence We have always been here. It just happens that recently it's been in the media more than ever. Okay, another one. Realize that there are a variety of trans. Okay. Realize that there are a variety of transgender expressions. Don't assume that people should express their genders merely just because they both identify as transgender. Um, I know there's trans queers, transgenders, female to male. Um, okay, female to male, male to female. So we're all different. Like, it doesn't mean that we're all the same. Think about the language you use to differentiate between trans and non-trans people, and if it's even necessary to differentiate. Don't assume FTMs are better than other men or MTFs are not as good as other women, especially in terms of sexism. And this is for you people that actually like always have transphobia and stuff like that. That's really wrong. Okay. Be sensitive to pronouns you use for someone when dealing with authority, police, and medical officials. Keep in mind that people's pronouns, gender identities may not always match up with their ID, which could be dangerous for them. Ask your friends what you should do to be an ally for, in those moments before it happens. Yeah, now I'm always fearing because mine has F, and my girl name, I hate it. I'm always fearing. Okay, here's another one. When asking questions, separate your questions into what you need to know, what would be nice to know, and what you like to know for more personal reasons. Depending on the situation, like close friends or a workshop where someone has said they are willing to take questions, for example. Ask what you need to know may be the same for what it would be nice to know when talking to people you have good relationship with. Google everything else. So those are all the questions, people. I hope you guys liked the video. I am trying to look for different ideas. Shawna actually has a book. Actually, it's this one. We have a list of different things because why we decided to actually change it from our personal ones is because we didn't want it just to be one particular subject, and you guys could actually look for makeup when it comes to Shaw, or if it comes to transgender stuff or gaming. If I know there's a lot of girls that don't like gaming, they could look at her stuff, planning, etc., or daily lives with vlogs and stuff like that. We do have future videos that we have talked about in the past that will be in your future. So I hope you guys do stick around and stuff like that, because it's gonna be more interesting. Not saying that it's not right now, but it's gonna be where you guys will want to actually see our content every single time we upload. Please hit that notification. Please comment, like, and subscribe to our videos. Until the next time, peace.